We come now to the final of the under 48 kilo category. Shirine BOUKLI of France goes up against Sabina GILIAZOVA of Russia. It'll be BOUKLI in the white judogi, GILIAZOVA in blue. Let's take a quick look and see how they got here. Well, for BOUKLI, she had a bye in the first round. Rodania, Vorobeva and Hamidova, and it was Sheletsky, Bader and Perez Soler who were defeated by GILIAZOVA on her route to the final. The referee in the middle for this one is Nicholas Zautashvili of Georgia.
Yes.
There you go, we've done it.
A Georgian referee.
No, I meant that we made the introductions and everything in time with the graphics. So thanks for our graphics team for their work, and I've managed to keep up with it. Here comes BOUKLI, this morning's #1 seed, followed in by her coach Kylian Leblou. Got to be 4 times European champion, got to be the favorite, despite the fact that GILIAZOVA is looking good and looking strong. She's got a bit of an uphill climb here, I think.
Well, this is a battle between the #1, #2 seed at the tournament today. And neither one disappointed. BOUKLI is very patient. She's able to perform under pressure, and she's got a good kataguruma, good yukotoshi. So which one blends into the other, depending on direction and how she finishes it. And GILIAZOVA has a strong uchimata with a really strong leg lift.
Well, despite the fact that it's GILIAZOVA in the final, Mr. Vorobeva hasn't given up his cheering.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I kind of just toned it out. And I wasn't even like listening until you pointed it out. Well, this is the European title on the line, so you can see they're not being reckless. It can be bold, but not reckless. So already 1 penalty each, just a minute into this fight. Both are relentlessly fighting for grips and also denying the other from having her grip.
Elle tiendra pas, elle tiendra pas. Mets-moi un petit peu de déplacement avant la saisie.
Just got caught on the cheek.
So pushing forward, BOUKLI. GILIAZOVA really has trouble getting two hands on her opponent. She's very like reactive because she can't get her preferred grips. She looks defensive, and Sumigaishi well defended by GILIAZOVA.
Strong effort, wasn't it, from BOUKLI?
Yes.
Despite the fact that she appeared at the end to almost get caught. It was GILIAZOVA who almost went over.
Minute and a half left. And now it's the same thing, like BOUKLI just playing very tactically, controlling her opponent's right hand on the sleeve, really placing her opponent at a very odd angle where she cannot really turn or put in an effective attack. And that really frustrates GILIAZOVA. So you can see this again. GILIAZOVA's right arm is going to push across her body. second penalty goes to each player with just a little over a minute left. And once again, the same tactic from BOUKLI. Just continues to exert pressure on her opponent, push her out of bond without making it look like she's purposefully pushing her opponent out of bounds. It's always playing near the edge. GILIAZOVA really has trouble.
2 penalties each. Now, not where you want to be for Shido's on the scoreboard. One of these has got to come up with something positive here rather than trying to look for a third Shido for their opponent. And that was as close as you can get.
That was so close. Sotogari off the grip.
And with just 19 seconds to go, let's have a look and see here. Oh, not quite. It was close.
So dangerous.
But this is the thing, you know, you don't need a great deal to pick up a Yuko. So rather than, you know, busting your guts to try and force a third Shido, why don't you go for a positive score?
Right. It would be a pity if they both get.
You know, they're both going for it. It's going to take a while to see whether this change transmits to the players and the players realize I've got a better chance here of picking up a Yuko than I have of trying to push my opponent down or shut the contest down and do something negative to win the contest. I can do something positive and win the contest. You know, they're still making efforts. Well, that wasn't the best, you know, but the Sutemi was in mind. She lost contact with the hands. The referee is just checking to see if there's any blood, maybe from a cut lip or something, but BOUKLI says, I'm good to go. Let's get on with it. Thought about the Osoto, didn't get the support leg moving across to put her in a good position to launch that.
She can be strong and effective without Sotogari if she can get 2 hands on her opponent. And that has been the whole problem for her. GILIAZOVA.
It's not a bad little battle between this, and remember we're looking at the number 1 and number 2, so it was always going to be a close thing.
That is true.
I don't think you can fault someone for trying. If they miss with the leg, well, they've missed. But there was an effort there.
Yes.
She hasn't just dropped to her knees. She momentarily had a strong grip, GILIAZOVA, but BOUKLI was able to break that off. The work rate is really good here, actually. You know, each of the athletes trying something, no success, but at least there is activity. And it's sooner or later, the energy levels are going to drop.
Yes.
And that will be an opening for one or the other of them.
I have a sense this match will be decided by the third penalty at some point. Especially the way it's been playing right now.
GILIAZOVA was unhappy, saying that she'd been pushed out. But there are a few things that you can do when you get pushed. 1, you can push back. 2, you can go left. 3, you can go right. But what you don't want to do is go back.
Right.
So you have some options here. Don't choose the one that suggests that your opponent is pushing you out. Go to the left, go to the right.
And BOUKLI is being very clever with the
yeah.
push. It's because of the active, like,
Sure.
gripping base.
Yeah, strong in the grip,
Yeah.
you know, good pressure. You go back. Well, you can react to that, and that's what BOUKLI's hoping, that she'll get a reaction. What she doesn't want is for
that was
GILIAZOVA to step out. You know, it was that's what we were talking about, that little drop into the Kataguruma. But look at the effort from them. 2 minutes and 26 seconds. They're still banging away at it. This is a good little battle between the #1 seed, Shirine BOUKLI of France, and the #2 seed, Sabina GILIAZOVA of Russia. It's not the prettiest of contests that I've ever seen, but you can't fault them for effort.
No. After all, this is the European title on the line. Oh, Soto.
Yeah, someone's Soto's going to work, isn't it? It's just a question of whose.
So BOUKLI just so good at controlling the sleeve.
You see, even Kylian Lebluc is sweating, and he's sitting in the chair. Must be quite a battle when the coach is sweating.
Well, the difference between first and second place.
He's going to lose his voice soon. Our supporter behind us.
I know. I hope he doesn't have an athlete every day to shout.
Just got to be careful with the head here, BOUKLI. Well, tomorrow he won't have a voice, so I don't think you have to worry. He'll have burnt himself out on day one. He's just in danger when GILIAZOVA had that grip around the collar of ducking underneath. Coming up to 4 minutes of golden score.
I have to say, these two managed really well not to pick up a third penalty on either side.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they picked up the second penalty, but it's hard. You know, you don't want to look to give the third penalty. You hope that you're giving them the opportunity to come up with a scoring technique.
Oh,
almost counted there.
It's a bold attempt to put the head under the armpit directly and hope for the best.
Yeah, Lebluc's been asked to sit down. He's as active as the fighters.
I can tell you, sometimes the coaches, they feel more tense inside.
Must be almost out on their feet now, hardly any energy left. BOUKLI again, pressure on, backed up into the corner. BOUKLI just showing that she's the stronger of the two in there.
Well, almost 5 minutes in golden score. The referee is allowing them to decide this for themselves. I can understand why GILIAZOVA feels so frustrated. She just can't get that right arm on her opponent.
Yeah, you know, to a degree, she's being, out-gripped, because BOUKLI very rarely has had to worry about, you know, the grips. And she's being overpowered, if you like, because she consistently gets pushed back. She's the more aggressive of the pair, and I think if you're right, there is going to be a third penalty, then it will be GILIAZOVA who's going to get it. And if in this cycle BOUKLI comes up with a big, strong effort and a good attack, I think you could say, all right, we've seen enough here. She may just have snuck back into it with that little attack. But you can see she's the one now who's struggling to get to her feet.
Right.
She's taking longer to return to the start position. And they take a breath there as we move into 6 minutes plus of golden score. What an effort from both of these. It's coming. There just isn't enough power to keep your opponent out now. There's not enough power to launch a really strong attack. Both of the Sutemiwazas from either side look weak because you need some power and there just isn't anything left in the tank here. Someone's Osoto may be about to work because the strength needed to keep your opponent out just isn't there. You'll get past the defense and you just have, you need enough strength to throw them after that. There won't be any resistance.
Sometimes one of them just has to be fast and bold.
Yeah, get in a good position.
Win or lose, just give it all. See, like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And now we're seeing some good exchanges.
The longer this goes on, the more the crowd will get into it and begin to recognize, hey, this is a special effort from these two. What's at stake here? It's a gold medal at the European Championships. It's a title. This is a title fight. And both of them are giving their best here.
It's true. And yeah, that's, oh, that's so dangerous.
Not quite. It's one of those occasions we just have to allow it to go on and hope that we're going to get the positive finish. It'd be such a shame now if one of these was to pick up a Shido. It'd be nice for them to finish with a score, and I got no truck one way or the other with whomsoever it is that comes up with the score. I'd just like to see one. That would be a fitting end. And just as GILIAZOVA was shaping for an attack, BOUKLI comes up with a Yoko Sutemiwaza effort that wasn't the strongest, admittedly, but she managed to get one in.
And by this point, they have no energy for elaborate Niwaza exchange.
No, it would be a mistake if someone were to get caught here. They go down, they leave an opening, get turned over, and there will be no energy to get out of it. And remember, you only need 5 seconds in the golden score period. Coming up to 8 minutes of golden score.
That's a double the regular match time already. So total of 12 minutes have been fought.
Well, the thing that keeps BOUKLI in the contest here is that she never lets go of the contact with her opponent. If you let go and drop, and your opponent no longer has the opportunity, to continue in Tachiwaza, then you're going to look at picking up a penalty.
Oh, wow. Finally.
So it was that last effort then.
So I predicted, like about 6 minutes ago, this contest will go to Shido, and here it is.
And there was a bit of blood. Well, you can see it when BOUKLI's smiling. She did cut her lip. She recognizes it now, but not during the contest. And that last effort, I guess we'll see it. You can see that she's not able to get the rotation.
Right.
She's sideways on, She drops to her knees. She just hasn't got the strength to turn the body that would make it a valid attack. And therefore, I don't think there's a lot of a choice there for the referee but to look at it and say, I'm sorry, but that's a false attack. Look, you know, and his one hand has gone. You know, she loses contact with one hand. This is it. Comes under pressure. She's got to do something. And there is no contact with her opponent as far as looking for a throw.
And she lost the other grip too.
Yeah. So an unfortunate end for Sabina GILIAZOVA. But
so they retain their number 1, number 2 status.